welcome on the channel podcast with our. It's a big game tomorrow between Liverpool and Manchester City in the top of the table clash, as both sides square it off at the Anfield Stadium to determine, which can also be one of the games to determine who wins this season's English Premier League. And it's a game that a lot of people have talked about, the fact that this could probably be the last game between Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp as the men on the touchline, even though potentially they could have a game in the FA Cup after they are all in the competition for the semi-finals game to be played. But this is going to be the last game in the Premier League, having Jurgen Klopp on the touchline for Liverpool and also having Pep Guardiola on the touchline for Manchester City. Yeah, Manchester City last weekend, they conceded first against Manchester United, courtesy Marcus Rashford, but they came with different ideas. Phil Foden scored twice, and then Erling Haaland scored the third goal as Manchester City dispatched off Manchester United, their noisy neighbours, to win the game by 3-1 to keep up the pace with Liverpool. Liverpool initially, before that game, won 1-0. It had to take a 99th-minute header from Darwin Núñez at that away game to Nottingham Forest to win the game, as he won the 3 points for Liverpool. Liverpool during the midweek dispatched Sparta Prague in the UEFA Europa League by 5-1, and then we've seen some couple of good performances from the side because some of their top-notch players are back. Mohamed Salah is around, Dominic Szoboszlai is also back, and this one is engendering a lot of confidence within the Liverpool setup as they come face to face with Manchester City at Anfield. So it's a top-notch game. Erling Haaland has also been on target. He has been one of the guys scoring as he helped Manchester City to dispatch off FC Copenhagen during the midweek's UEFA Champions League at the Etihad Stadium. So Liverpool have not lost in their last 29 games at Anfield since that 3-1 loss since that 5-2 loss against Real Madrid in 13 months ago. So it tells you that Liverpool have been one of the top-notch sides when it comes to Anfield in that games. And in their last 7 games at home, they've scored at least 3 goals. But one thing is, they've kept only 1 clean sheet in between those games. And for Manchester City, in their last 17 games, they've won all, since that 1-0 loss against Everton in the Premier League during the first round of the competition in the Premier League. So it tells you that it's a game which is very, very tense, very, very competition, kg competition coming on between those sides. For me, if you ask me, I think it's a top-notch game. But for Liverpool, having Mohamed Salah, having Dominic Szoboszlai is one of the things that will help him to be very, very confident enough for beating Manchester City. But Manchester City will be coming with different ideas. But mind you, at Anfield, in the last 20 games, Manchester City have won only 1, and that happened in February 2021. And it was a game during the COVID era when supporters were not being given opportunity to enter at the stadium. It's a top-notch game between Liverpool and Manchester City at Anfield coming on tomorrow. But for me, I see Liverpool starting as the slightest favourite in the game. Nope, not the fact that maybe Manchester City cannot win the game or they cannot come with different ideas, but I see Liverpool starting at favourite. For me, I think the possible results that will come on is going to be draw at Anfield when Liverpool come face to face with Manchester City. Yes, Wataru Endo is going to be around. Alexis McAllister has also been one of the guys who has enforced or reinforced the Liverpool midfield. Injury concerns for Liverpool is Ibrahima Konate, who had a knock in that game against Sparta Prague. But we're seeing through to say whether he's going to pass a late fitness test. Even if he is going to be absent, Jarrell Quansah could probably be one of the guys to slot in and help Virgil van Dijk at the back line. Conor Bradley fitting so well in the absence of Trent Alexander-Arnold, and I think he's doing a great job for Liverpool at that back line, and he's also one of the young guys who is doing a massive job for the Liverpool setup. Manchester City, all the other guys are around, even though not too much of injury concerns. Kevin De Bruyne is around, Erling Haaland, Julian Alvarez is around, Rodrigo is also deep in midfield, Ruben Diaz, Nathan Ake, all the other guys are around, Manuel Akanji with goalkeeper Edison Moraes. So it's a top touch-note game coming on. Jeremy Doku could have to pass a late fitness because he complained of a knock during that game against FC Copenhagen during the midweek when Manchester City beat them by 3 goals to 0. It's a tough game coming on tomorrow at Anfield. But I see the possible results being drawn. If a good win is going to be coming in that game between Liverpool and Manchester City, I tip Liverpool to win the game. But I think the possible result in that game is going to be a drawn game at the Anfield. When Jurgen Klopp be on the touchline and Pep Guardiola be on the touchline for the last time in the Premier League, as Jurgen Klopp is going to be leaving Liverpool at the end of the season. Big game tomorrow at Anfield. My results possibly is going to be a draw. This is the podcast channel with Awal. Please subscribe, like, share, comment, and let's keep the conversation going on. Thank you. Merci beaucoup. Gracias.